Good morning and welcome to the Ledger LCJ News Update. This is Craig Hall. I am the Ledger's publisher and more, coming to you live this morning from our world headquarters in Eden, Oklahoma. Today is May 3rd, 2022. This is the 123rd day of the year. There are 243 days left in 2022. I want to thank all of you for joining us. If you like this, please subscribe and hit like button and share it with everybody you know or have ever met. If you don't, let's just keep that between us and tell me why. We will try to do better next time. In news, the LeFlore County Budget Board gave the go-ahead to two projects for the court clerk's office at Monday's weekly meeting. The board, which includes the county commissioners and other elected officers, approved a plan to install a new filing system for the court clerk on the first floor of the annex building. The court clerk revolving fund will pay for all labor and expenses. The Howe Board of Trustees approved a resignation and discussed repairs to the Doc Austin building at Monday's monthly meeting. After an executive session, trustees approved the resignation of Dustin Watson. Trustees were also informed members of a local church wanted to help with projects in town and repair the playground fencing. 3 of the 4 LeFlore County slow pitch softball teams playing in the state tournament are scheduled to be in action Tuesday in USA Stadium in Oklahoma City. Class A, 2A, and 3A tournaments are today. Class 4A, 5A, and 6A are Wednesday. In Class A, Whitesboro plays Kiowa, and LeFlore goes against Lakiba Sickles at 10 a.m. today. And in 3A, Dakota plays Boone Apache at 2:30. And Howe plays Washington in the Class 4A tournament Wednesday. All the tournaments are scheduled to be played in one day with a champion crowned. Also, regional baseball brackets have been released by the Oklahoma Secondary School Activities Association. Games are scheduled to begin Thursday. In Class 4A at Pryor plays Hilldale at 11 a.m. and Poto goes against Berry Hill at 1:30. Class 3A regional at Kingston plays Westville at 11. Spiro takes on Kansas at 1:30. In Class 2A at Worcester plays Howe at 11, and Panama goes up against Calera at 2:30. In today's weather forecast, we'll have mostly cloudy skies again Tuesday with chances for more storms before another system comes into the area Wednesday. The high will be 67 degrees with a low of 57 degrees. Sunrise was at 6:25. Sunset is at 8:05. Average temperatures for May 3rd are a high of 78 and a low of 55. Record temperatures for the date were a high of 93 in 1952. Record low was 37 in 1921. Monday's high was 71 with the low of 60. Total of 0.98 inches of rain was recorded, bringing the monthly total to 1.46 inches. Average rainfall for May is 5.45 inches. Last year on this date, the high was 86 with a low of 60. On the county calendar for today, and in addition to the state softball games, the Poto Evening Lions Club meets at 6 o'clock at Carl Albert State College. Poto Valley Improvement Authority meets at 6 p.m. at Poto City Hall. And in high school soccer, Heavener boys play Summit Christian at 8 o'clock at Porter in the first round of the playoffs. This match was originally scheduled for yesterday, but was moved back a day. Memorial services for John Floyd are at 2 p.m. Saturday at the First Baptist Church in Poto, with Reverend Phil McGehee officiating. A reception will follow the service in the fellowship hall at the church. He passed away December 31st, 2021, and was born August 28th, 1948. Funeral service for John Charlton, 82 of Fort Smith, Arkansas, is 10 a.m. Thursday at Evans and Miller Chapel in Poto, with Reverend Jeremy Jones officiating. Burial will follow at the Green Hill Cemetery in Cameron under the direction of Evans and Miller Funeral Home. He was born July 17, 1939 in Smithville and passed away April 29, 2022 in Fort Smith. In national news, a draft opinion suggests the U.S. Supreme Court could be poised to overturn the landmark 1973 Roe v. Wade case that legalized abortion nationwide, according to a Politico report. On a dusty field on the east side of Mexico's sprawling capital, some 500 Ukrainian refugees are waiting in large tents for the United States government to tell them they can come. The camp has been open only a week, and 50 to 100 people arriving each day. Some have already been to the U.S. border in Tijuana, where they were told they would no longer be admitted. Others arrived at airports in Mexico City or Cancun, anywhere they could find a ticket from Europe. The planes take off almost daily from Dover Air Force Base in Delaware. C-17s loaded up with javelins, stingers, howitzers, and other material being hustled to Eastern Europe to resupply Ukraine's military in its fight against Russia. Wind-whipped flames raced across most of New Mexico's pine-covered mountainside Monday, closing in on a town of 13,000 people, where some residents hurried to pack their cars with belongings, others hustled to clear brush from around their houses, and police were called in to help evacuate the state's psychiatric hospital. Firefighting crews battled on several fronts to keep the fire, the largest burning in the United States, from pushing into more populated areas as it fed on the state's drought-parched landscape. The fire has charred more than 217 square miles. In Oklahoma news, an Oklahoma couple died in North Dakota when their pickup truck was swept into the Cannonball River. Hettinger County Sheriff Sarah Warner said Patrick and Joan Blake, both 74 of Arcadia, were driving Sunday in a rural part of the county when they sought to cross the river at a low crossing where it was 3 to 4 feet deep. On this date in history, in 1979, Conservative Party leader Margaret Thatcher was chosen to become Britain's first female prime minister as the Tories ousted the incumbent Labour government in parliamentary elections. In 1802, Washington, D.C. was incorporated as a city. In 1937, Margaret Mitchell won the Pulitzer Prize for her novel Gone with the Wind. In 1947, Japan's post-war constitution took effect. In 1948, the Supreme Court in Shelley v. Kramer ruled that covenants prohibiting the sale of real estate to blacks or members of other racial groups were legally unenforceable. In 1987, the Miami Herald said its reporters had observed a young woman spending Friday night and most of Saturday at a Washington townhouse belonging to Democratic presidential candidate Gary Hart. The woman was later identified as Donna Rice. The resulting controversy torpedoed Hart's presidential bid. 2011, Chicago's Derrick Rose became at age 22 the NBA's youngest MVP. In 2016, in a stunning triumph for a political outsider, Donald Trump all but clinched the Republican presidential nomination with a resounding victory in Indiana that knocked rival Ted Cruz out of the race. Thank you again for joining us today, and we ask that you please come back again tomorrow.